Oliver and the Magic Rainbow Fruit. Once upon a time, in Rainbow Valley where flowers sang songs and the wind gently tickled the trees, there lived a tiny hedgehog named Oliver with the softest spines. Oliver had a nose like a shiny black button, and every morning as the sun rose, he would lift his little nose to the sky and sniff the fresh morning dew. That morning, the sun spread over the valley like a golden blanket. Oliver stepped out of his burrow, stretched his tiny paws, and gave a big yawn. "Today is going to be a wonderful day, I can feel it," he said. His tummy gave a little rumble. Ga, ga. It was breakfast time, so Oliver set off into the deep forest to find something delicious. As Oliver waddled along the path, he smelled something sweeter and more sugary than anything he had ever smelled before. He followed the scent, pushed through the bushes, and couldn't believe his eyes. Right there, at the base of a bush, stood the biggest, brightest, and juiciest fruit he had ever seen. It was the legendary Magic Rainbow Fruit. Colors of red, orange, and purple danced upon it. Oliver jumped with joy. "I can't believe it. This giant fruit is mine. I found it all, and I'm going to eat it all," he said. The fruit was so big that Oliver struggled a bit to lift it onto his back, but with a huge smile on his face, he started carrying it toward his home. The journey started happily, but the rainbow fruit was truly very heavy. Oliver's steps began to slow down. Puff! Puff! He panted as thoughts raced through his mind. "This fruit is so big, it can fill my tummy for days. I shouldn't tell anyone, I must hide it," he thought. But as the fruit grew heavier, that initial joy inside Oliver turned into tiredness. Just as he sat on a log to rest, he heard a rustling sound from the bushes. Oliver quickly tried to hide his fruit between his paws. "Who is there?" he called out worriedly. From the bushes emerged a white rabbit with long ears named Noah. Noah's ears were drooping low, and his face looked pale. "Hello, Oliver," said Noah with a sad voice. "I went to the carrot field early this morning, but they were all gone. I am very hungry and feel a bit weak." Oliver looked first at the giant fruit in his arms, then at his friend Noah's sad face. Something shifted inside him. "If I eat it all, my tummy will be full, but how will my heart feel?" he wondered. Then he made up his mind. "Don't be sad, Noah," he said. "Look what I found. This fruit is enough for both of us." Oliver broke off a huge, juicy piece of the fruit and handed it to Noah. When Noah saw the piece of fruit, his eyes sparkled. "Really? Are you going to share it with me?" he asked in disbelief. Oliver smiled and nodded. As Noah ate the fruit, color returned to his cheeks, and his ears perked up. "Thank you, Oliver. You are the best friend in the world," he said, and hopped away happily back into the forest. Oliver lifted the fruit onto his back again. Strangely, even though a piece was missing, Oliver felt stronger. It was as if the load had become lighter, and his steps became faster. A warm, ticklish happiness began to grow in his heart. After walking a bit further, he saw the bluebird Sophie sitting on a branch of the old oak tree. Sophie was the most beautiful singer in the forest, but today her voice sounded very weak. Tweet! Tweet! She tried to sing, but her voice cracked. Oliver walked under the tree. "Hello, Sophie. What happened to your voice?" he asked. Sophie flapped her wings tidily. "I am very thirsty, Oliver, and my throat is dry. I have no strength left to sing," she said. Oliver didn't hesitate at all. He lowered the fruit from his back. The fruit was so juicy. "Come down, Sophie. This fruit will quench your thirst," he said. Sophie swooped down, and Oliver offered her another piece. After Sophie took a few pecks at the fruit, her throat felt better, and her energy returned. Suddenly, she began to sing the happiest song of the forest, "La la la." Sharing is so sweet. La la la. Sophie's song echoed through the whole valley. As Oliver watched Sophie's happiness, he even forgot the rumbling of his own tummy. His fruit was now half its size, but Oliver whispered to himself, "Strange, my fruit is getting smaller, but the joy inside me is getting bigger." He could now carry the fruit with just one hand. Whistling a tune, he continued on his way. Just as he was close to home, he saw a squirrel named Mila sitting on a stone by the roadside, crying. Mila was covering her face with her tiny hands. Oliver went to her immediately. "Mila, why are you crying?" he asked softly. Mila sniffled. "I dropped all the walnuts I gathered for winter into the river. What will I eat when the snow comes?" Oliver looked at the fruit left in his hand. It was still enough for him, but Mila had nothing at all. Oliver split the remaining big chunk of fruit in two. "Don't cry, Mila," said Oliver. "Look, this is a magic fruit. Eat this now, and let's plant the seeds in the ground. That way, you will have your own fruit next year." Oliver gave the bigger piece to Mila and kept the smaller piece for himself. The two friends sat side by side and ate their fruit. Oliver realized in that moment that the fruit tasted much more delicious than if he had eaten it alone. Because now, he had a friend to chat and laugh with. Mila's tears dried up and turned into giggles. The taste of a shared meal was sweeter than honey. That night, when Oliver returned to his burrow, his tummy was full, but most importantly, his heart was overflowing with love. As he laid his head on his soft pillow, he thought of Noah's happy hop, Sophie's beautiful song, and Mila's smiling face. "If I had eaten the fruit alone, only my tummy would be full," he whispered to himself. "But because I shared, the whole forest is happy." The moon in the sky shone down as if smiling at Oliver. With the magic power of sharing, Oliver drifted into a deep, peaceful sleep. "Good night,